Hello and welcome to the West Tree Weekly Gaming Roundup, sponsored by absolutely no one.
This week we have some Pokemon updates.
Or lack thereof.
That is right, Annabeth. Junichi Masuda has finally come out of hiding after about 19 days of not posting on Twitter, and has doubled down on his decisions for the future of Pokemon games. SD, would you like to report a little bit further on this?
Well, it's mainly because he said that Game Freak is going to be cutting a shit ton of Pokemon from the game, mainly for quality animations and balancing out the meta.
What? But how could he cut out such a cute and adorable Pokemon like Dunsparce?
Not to mention me and Lando T always beat everyone we fight. We were a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, but the real reason could actually be complete and utter incompetence on Game Freak's part. Because you see, there's a popular video floating around that starts out with one Arcanine's head clipping into itself, definitely showing off those quality animations, and two, a Steelix showing a little bit of time loading in, with all the clouds and giant vortex up on top at the exact same time.
Well, that doesn't sound too bad, SD. It must take a lot of power to load in all of those big models at once.
Well, that's not all, Jack. You see, the clouds and vortex loading in at the same time as the Pokemon highly imply that those things are attached to the model itself, which means that there are separate models for the boss Dynamax Pokemon and the regular Pokemon that they're based off on. And depending on how much Dynamax boss Pokemon there are, it pretty much doubles or maybe even triples the amount of work they actually have to do, not to mention the extra amount of game's memory space.
Wow.
Seems like someone doesn't know how to work smarter rather than harder.
But how can you be so sure this is the case, SD? Don't you think you're being rough on poor old Game Freak? I mean, they own one of the biggest franchises in the world.
Yes, but they're also a small team of just a little bit over 100 people, and there's also a whole debacle about the 50 lilies they hid under one of the maps at all times back in Sun Moon. Each one mainly for different instances of dialogues and cutscenes and such, instead of just putting that all onto one model, which made the game lag like a shit ton.
Yeesh. Well, either way, our next story is about game ads in sports games.
God damn it!
Yep, they really did it. They put unskippable advertisements in a $60 game.
They could have at least done it like how Street Fighter V does it, where it's just cute loading screens.
They even good ads like Super Bowl ads. Now that, I would pay good money for.
And for our last story, memes in video games. Should they be allowed?
This has been quite the long-lasting debate for a while after games like Super Meat Boy, Guacamelee, and Binding of Isaac had a shit ton of them.
Now it's coming back up since Bloodstain had quite a couple of them, mainly of one of the bosses being the Backer's Cats, and Shovel Knight appearing several times in the game as a regular enemy.
Shovel Knight, fucking slut, fucking dirty indie slut. I bet you like being in every game, don't you? You dirty indie slut.
Speaking of Meat Boy, I miss when he was the face of indie games.
Yeah, but that got us thinking, can memes in games be done right? Well, can you just throw them around endlessly to your heart's desire? I'm gonna say no, because memes take me out of the immersion of the video game.
I'm gonna say yeah, because I think memes are super duper funny.
Well, both of you are wrong. Memes can be done well in games when put into the right context, build up, and have the right history. Recently, Devil May Cry 5 came out, and during the final boss, they referenced two mimetic lines from the reboot game, but actually put them into a cinematic context that gives it weight and rewards the players who have been following the series through the good and the bad, giving them a laugh while not breaking the immersion.
Huh, what a compelling argument. I wish I actually cared about video games to be amazed by it.
And that's about it. But hey, don't get mad, we're just a bunch of silly cartoon characters on the internet. So tell us your thoughts on these stories, and don't forget to subscribe, and maybe sponsor us if you're one of those business types. Kind of awkward to end it off without an ad to read or anything.